guys, what is up? It's Ariana and I'm back with a new video. I've been wanting to talk about something that that has been bothering me for years now. And I mean, you clicked on this video, you saw the title, you know what I'm gonna talk about. Why I hate prom so much. Or actually not like prom, why I hated my prom so much. It's going to be almost like 3 years since my prom happened. And it sucked balls. I hated it so much that I haven't even gotten around to see the pictures because we had a photo shoot that day and I haven't been able to see or like to watch the video on like the whole party and stuff, and I really just I don't want to. I can't because I was so miserable that day that I really don't want to think about it anymore. So to pretty much all the girls, prom is like this special event, the special night. It's like the night to look great, like full on makeup, great hair, I don't know, amazing dress. It's just the event. But that day, okay, let me just start with the party. Prom is not something that schools here in Peru do. They don't throw prom, or they don't even like prom. The schools here in Peru want nothing to do with these kind of events. And so we have no homecoming thingy parties, events, I don't know. We have no prom, we have no nothing from the school. So basically what we have to do is have our parents make it. Now, because it's an important party, it's an important event, there's a lot of money involved. And obviously because the school is not giving us an area, we have to pay for it in another place. And most people, say students and most parents want this to be like a fancy place. That day I remember, well not that day, that year, by the way, we were like 16, 17 years old. None of us were adults and none of us were good like sign papers or any of that, so we definitely needed our parents. So each classroom had to have like 4 parents like that would represent the class, and then all the parents will represent all of us, and we'll just have our ideas, and you know, we will all put our 2 cents on the whole thing. This year there were a lot of new parents, a lot of new people, and they were so excited about being in this thing. I don't even know how to call it, like a comedy. And they were so excited to meet this comedy that they actually got in, I don't know, they just got together and tried to do something. So there were a lot of parents involved, and a lot of them started fighting and arguing about what they want this party to be. Now it's stupid because the party was just for us, not for them, but they decided to just throw their own party. The idea I had of prom was basically what was for my brother. It was in a very cool casino, and it started off being like a ceremony where the parents were involved, and there was like dancing with the parents, and then teachers were there just to give out a speech, and then they will leave. It was just something emotional at the beginning, and then the party, and it went on to like 6 in the morning or like 8 in the morning. I don't even remember. I just remember that my brother was home really late, so I was expecting something like that for my prom too. But when they started asking questions like what do you want us to do, most of the people from the class were like, oh, we don't want to dance with our parents, like we don't want that, we don't want the teacher. I think this was the era where everyone was so embarrassed of their parents that they wanted nothing to do with them. But I always wanted to, because I already dealt with the loss of one parent, and I wanted this to be special. I wanted to dance with my dad, and I wanted to have something emotional, but the rest didn't. And I mean, obviously majority rules, so in every prom the parents always want to have a party for themselves. Why? I don't fucking know. Okay, obviously I was not a supporter of that. I was not an advocate of the parents having a party, but I had no say on that, obviously. And so yeah, they started arguing on where they wanted to have the party, how they wanted it to be, and I thought it was gonna be the event because people were going all for it, like limousines and dresses. Oh, by the way, all the girls got together and said that it was supposed to be like a gala, and we had to have like long dresses and stuff, and I was all in for that. I had been looking for like the perfect dress, for a long dress, for the longest time, and I already knew where I wanted to buy it. By the way, I knew that I was going to the States, so I thought like, I'm definitely buying my dress in the States, definitely. Now, when I went to get my dress, I got it like a year prior to prom. I got a dress at Camila V, by the way. I love Camila V, amazing dresses. And I was trying on a couple of dresses, and I tried one that's my favorite color was peach. Ta-da! I had bought that dress like a year prior. I was excited about it. I was excited to wear it. Nobody knew what dress I was gonna have. I was very secretive about it. They just knew the color, even my date. When I tried it on, I looked good and I liked it. And I was always worried about this part of my body because I have always been, I'm thick. I'm a thicker. And I have big boobs and I have thick arms, as you can see. I've always been so self-conscious about this, and I'm also self-conscious about my armpits, which I don't want to show because I'm still self-conscious. But I do have a condition that make that part of my skin, like my armpits and then my neck, as you can see, and then my knees, black. So they look black. And I've always been self-conscious about that. I don't know why I went for that dress. You can see right here that the dress is topless. Obviously this goes inside and this is just it. When I tried it on, I just liked it. It was beautiful and my favorite color, and I felt like a princess in it, okay? It was like the second dress I tried on. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And it sucks because I probably should have think it through a little bit more, but whatever. Thing is, I bought it and then I wanted these specific shoes that I tried looking for a year and a half and I never found them. And I ended up going with a pair of heels that I already had that weren't so fancy, and I was already bummed out because of that. But let me say something before anything. Prom sucked balls to me because I was so obsessed with the way that I had to look, with everything that I had to wear, that I did not think that I had to have fun. And honestly, the way I looked was not gonna be a big deal. Today I was just so self-conscious about everything that I needed everything to be perfect. And that day I had an appointment with one of my hairdressers. But the thing is that I had already everything planned out. She was gonna do my makeup as well. I already knew how I wanted my makeup to be. I had everything planned out. Now that day that I went to the hairdresser, she was like, oh, I didn't know you were coming in today. And I was like, what do you mean? I had an appointment. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a lot of people, like, can you come later? And I'm like, what the fuck? I have an appointment. Like, I'm not just coming in, I have an appointment. And she's like, oh, well, you're gonna have to wait like an hour or two. And I could not afford to wait 2 hours. I was freaking out. I told my brother, like, I need to find another hairdresser now. I ended up going to another hairdresser that was really close to my house. But I told him, this is what I want my hair to be, like, this is what I want, like, can you do it? And he was like, yeah, sure, I can try. I wanted a waterfall braid, by the way, and he ended up doing like a French braid from here to the end. And then I said, well, can you straighten my hair to the middle, and then at the end can you do curl my hair? And he was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna try. He ended up straightening all my hair, and once the hair is straightened, at least on my hair, I cannot curl it anymore. And so he did like 2 or 3 curls, and that's it. At the end, I was just like, okay, whatever, at least I have something on. I left, and then I went back home and I had my straighten. So I tried to do the curls, which, I mean, I kind of did, but they ended up fading apart like an hour later. So I was freaking out at this point, and I couldn't even do my makeup on my own because at the time I thought I was like really good at makeup, which by the way I wasn't, but my friends thought so too. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to do my makeup on my own because the girl that was gonna do my makeup was the appointment, the first hairdresser. So I got home, and by the way, I didn't even have like the makeup. I didn't have what I have now. I remember just staying in all day watching Zoella doing her makeup, and I was like, okay, I can do it like her. I'm good. So I took out all the basic shit I had. Oh, and I also called my brother's girlfriend at the time, and I said, hey, do you think you can come over with all the makeup you have? Maybe I can combine all the shit. And she was like, yeah, sure. So she came over with all the shit she had, and plus my shed. There was like a lot of things, like this and things, right? So I did my makeup with whatever I had. I mean, I did what I thought was cool. My eyeshadow was like bomb, and like my contour, everything was fine except for my eyebrows. I cannot stress how ridiculous they look. They were, by the way, they were over plucked. They look terrible, and the only thing I did was just like fill them in with powder, but I didn't like shape them. I just filled them in, and I had like 2 lines here, 2 brown lines. And at the time I was so confident. I was like, oh, yeah, I look good, but not good. God, I'm so self-conscious about my eyebrows though. Like, not anymore, but back in the day. Oh my god, I didn't even want to show you pictures, sorry. I did my makeup at home, then I put on my dress, and by the way, the dress I bought like a year prior, and it had already been like a year and a half, and I had gained a lot of weight, and I did not fit in that dress. It was terrible. I had gained so much weight. I looked like this once I put on the dress, and my arms, like, if this is huge, they were like bigger. Let me just say that, bigger. And I've always been self-conscious, okay? So of course I felt really bad about how it looked afterwards because I had the bomb and I was like bomb. And then I had a photo shoot after that. I can't even look at those pictures anymore. And when I had them back, like when I got them, and my friend she put it out on Facebook and she tagged me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to see the prom pictures. My date, however, he looked hot, but me, I was a hot mess. I don't even know why he wanted to go with me. But yeah, that's pretty much why I hated prom so much. Everything that could have possibly gone wrong that day went wrong. And just a little advice out of my story, I gave so much importance to what didn't matter at all. I wanted to look good and I wanted to look beautiful. And I mean, sure, it should matter at some point, at some extent, but there's also like a fine line between wanting to look good and over-exaggerating, and I was just over-exaggerating. I wanted this to be so perfect that I ended up disappointing myself. My friends are always like, why do you hate prom so much? Because I looked ugly. And next to them, I was literally a sack of potatoes. Standing next to them, they look so beautiful with beautiful dresses and beautiful makeup and hair, and I was so not that. And that is why I hate prom. I hate how I look. I hate that I, to this day, cannot, like, I didn't even post a picture with my date on my Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. I untagged myself from all the pictures, hid them from my Facebook profile. I did everything I could to just erase them from my memory because I don't even have them like on my computer. That's pretty much it. On a positive note, at least now I do accept myself and love myself the way I am. So that was it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's probably irrelevant, but to me it does feel like I finally got closure on something that's been bothering me for a long time. And if you already had prom, then let me know how it went in the comments down below, because I want to know. I want to know that you have a better prom than me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a massive thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to see me every Friday and let everyone say I almost said it otherwise. Yeah, see you in my next video. Bye.